Jai Gurudev to all of you. Myself Rohit Dutt, and I am taking your business studies class. So students, in our previous class we have started the new chapter and have seen sole proprietorship and its features. Today we will be studying merits and demerits of sole proprietorship. So before I begin, again I would like to remind you that please go through the EPDF of this chapter. And one more thing, please follow the guidelines of lockdown and stay home and be safe. Okay, coming to our point, that is merits. So merits of sole proprietorship. Okay, so first point you can see quick decisions making. So sole proprietor enjoys freedom in making business decisions. Thus he can capitalize on market opportunities by taking quick decisions. He don't need to ask anyone about uh, this. Clear? Then second point, coming to confidentiality of information or secrecy. Sole trader is not expected to share his business decisions and secrets with anybody. So this is also a benefit that all the information are kept secret. Then coming to direct incentive. So direct relationship between efforts and reward provide maximum incentive to the sole trader to work hard. Okay, so whatever he gets, it's his, it's the property of sole proprietor. Clear everyone? So which means if proprietor puts extra efforts, then profit increases and proprietor gets extra income. So proprietor is always motivated to work extra to get extra reward. Then coming to next point, that is sense of accomplishment. If a business is successful, it contributes to the satisfaction of the sole proprietor and creates a sense of accomplishment and confidence, which motivates him to work harder. Got it? So there is a personal satisfaction involved in working for oneself. Clear everyone? But also instills in the individuals a sense of accomplishment and confidence. Then coming to next point, that is ease of formation and closure. So an important merit of sole proprietorship is the possibility of entering and exiting a business with minimal legal formalities. Okay, there is no need of more formalities. Clear? So is easy to form and no legal formalities are involved in setting up these type of organizations. Clear? So it is governed by any specific law. Clear? So it can be closed by paying back its debt also without any legal formalities. Coming to next point, that is our limitations. You can see limitations. So first point is limited resources. So in such type of business, fund is available. Fund is available in a limited quantity. So to the owner's personal saving and his borrowing capacity. Clear? That means coming to next point, that is limited resources in sole proprietorship. Coming to our next point, that is limited resources in sole proprietorship firm, finances supplied by the proprietor himself from his wealth or from borrowing. There is a limit to the credit raising capacity of a single person. This reduces the scope for business growth. The funds are not sufficient for medium scale or large scale business. Clear? Then coming to next point, that is limited life of business concern. Okay, so illness, death, or insolvency of the proprietor affect the business and can lead to its closure. Coming to third point, that is unlimited liability. So sole trader is personally liable for all the business debts. In case of heavy loss, he may be liable to sell his personal property also. Got it? Limited managerial ability. Sole trader managerial ability is limited and due to lack of finance, he cannot afford to employ experts. He cannot be an expert in all the aspects of business. Therefore, certain tasks could not be performed by him in an optimum manner or best manner. Okay?